Hello guys and welcome to another video. Now let's look at the match between Seattle Seahawks and New Orleans Saints. Wow, where do you even start with a game like that? Seattle utterly dominated with a 44-13 victory, demonstrating an impressive execution of their game plan. From the first whistle, they took charge with their offense, led by Sam Darnold's stellar performance. Completing 14 out of 18 passes and landing 2 touchdowns, Darnold was absolutely in control, averaging a whopping 12.1 yards per pass. And man, did the receiving corps shine too. Jaxon Smith-Njigba with an early 12-yard touchdown set the tone, and Tory Horton's electrifying 95-yard punt return touchdown blew the game wide open. But it didn't stop there. Kenneth Walker III bulldozed his way through with 2 rushing touchdowns, solidifying their lead, and the way Seattle's defense smothered the Saints' offense was something else. 2 sacks and a crucial interception by Derion Kendrick kept the Saints at bay. At the end of the day, the Seahawks capitalized on every error the Saints made. It's a game that clearly outlines Seattle's potential this season. So if you're as excited as I am about what's coming from this team, hit that subscribe button and let's ride this wave together. Speaking of monumental performances, let's dive into the brilliance of Sam Darnold in this game. I mean, where do you even begin with a showing like that? Darnold was simply surgical out there, completing 14 out of 18 passes and racking up 218 yards. That's an eye-watering completion rate, right? It feels like every pass was meaningful and just perfectly placed. His quarterback rating of 98.0 was top-notch, reflecting an amazing mix of precision, calmness, and impeccable decision-making under duress. And here's the thing, it wasn't just about him throwing to open receivers, it was about him being in total control. Darnold knew exactly where to find his main guys like Jaxon Smith-Njigba and Tory Horton. Oh my goodness, that connection on the field was electrifying. And how about those commanding plays, especially that touchdown pass to Smith-Njigba, who, by the way, seemed untouchable, literally taking advantage of the Saints' defensive lapses. And we can't ignore Horton's contribution either, especially his crazy 95-yard punt return. Darnold capitalized on his teammates' strengths massively, using intelligent plays to keep the pressure squarely on the Saints. It was like he was playing chess while everyone else was busy with checkers. This kind of performance doesn't just look good on the highlight reel, it's building him a reputation. Darnold's continued growth as a fearless leader out on the turf. It's kind of thrilling to think about what this guy might achieve as the season progresses. If he keeps this up, who knows how far he'll lead this team. Now, shifting gears just a bit, let's talk about another absolute superstar in that game, Tory Horton. This guy was all over the place, practically unstoppable. First off, what a punt return. I mean, it was incredible. A 95-yard sprint right down the field. Absolutely electrifying, mind-blowing, really. Talk about a game-changing play right there. He found the gaps, made the moves, and just flew, leaving the Saints defenders in the dust. They didn't know what hit them. But hey, it doesn't stop there. Horton's not just a special teams wizard, he's a serious threat in the receiving game too. That 14-yard touchdown reception, it was a masterpiece of precision and timing with Darnold. They were on the same wavelength, man. You could just feel the synergy, sort of like a well-oiled machine, you know? So here's the deal. Horton's versatility makes him such a vital asset for the Seahawks, whether it's blowing past defenders on special teams or slicing through the secondary for a crucial TD. He's got it all. And this kind of dual impact is exactly what you want as you start to think about playoffs. It's kind of insane, actually, how one player can shift the momentum like that and energize the whole squad. Anyway, watching Horton play, you start to realize this guy's a game changer. His form right now is kind of unreal, and if he keeps honing these skills, well, he'll be a cornerstone for Seattle's success down the line, for sure. So shifting gears slightly, let's dive into what was truly a masterclass in defensive prowess by the Seahawks. Now, here's the thing. From the first whistle, Seattle's defense set a tone that said, not today. And my goodness, did they deliver. They were aggressive, not just blitzing like there was no tomorrow, but also maintaining a structure that didn't allow the Saints any breathing room. We're talking about players like Derion Kendrick here, snagging an interception that was much more than just a stats booster. It was a momentum killer for the Saints. And it didn't stop there. Josh Jobe and Ty Okada, these two were like a swarming hive, working perfectly in sync to rack up a combined 11 tackles. That's what you call stepping up and making it happen, right? And let's not forget the pressure they put on Spencer Rattler. They sacked him twice, but even more than that, they flustered him, limited his passing game to a mere 4.8 yards a go. It was relentless in-your-face defense, closing down lanes and forcing mistakes. Pretty much a well-oiled machine at work. I mean, the psychological impact here can't be understated. Seattle's defense wasn't just stopping plays, they were stopping ambition. And that's what feeds their offense too, letting guys like Sam Darnold just do their thing, knowing they have the buffer of a rock-solid backline. It's a recipe for success if they keep this up, not just in this game, but thinking playoffs, right? So, shifting our attention to the New Orleans Saints, where do you even start with this offensive struggle? It's like when nothing really seems to click. Despite having some serious talent, especially in their receiving cores, the Saints just couldn't get into the groove, and you have to wonder how much of that was down to the Seahawks' suffocating defense. I think Spencer Rattler was under pressure pretty much all night. The Seahawks' relentless blitz and tight coverage forced him into making some hurried throws. He completed 24 of his 41 attempts, which isn't terrible, but man, the pressure was exposing weaknesses, and it was clear. A passing average of just over 5 yards per attempt, how do you build up a successful drive like that? And what about their run game? Well, it never really got going. Poor Alvin Kamara got bottled up like he's never seen daylight. The Seahawks' defensive front dismantled any attempts at ground gains, leaving Kamara with an average of around 3 yards per run. That lack of balance in attack was crucial, wasn't it? Then there's the offensive line to Tucky, and it was basically non-existent against Seattle's aggressive play. But here's the thing, despite that lone bright moment with Jack Stoll's touchdown, the Saints really need to find a way to counter such defensive setups. If they want to bounce back, perhaps a better game plan against blitz-heavy defenses wouldn't go amiss. Really, they've got to find that spark again. The disconnects in the offensive strategy had the Saints stumbling throughout, and it cost them big time. The game was defined by those pivotal moments that propelled the Seahawks' momentum while keeping the Saints reeling. Starting off with Jaxon Smith-Njigba's 12-yard touchdown reception from Sam Darnold. Oh my goodness. Straight out of the gate, it was like Seattle just set the tone at 7-0, instantly positioning themselves with an incredible psychological edge over New Orleans. And then, man, Tory Horton's stunning 95-yard punt return was the real killer blow. That play couldn't have come at a more crucial time, not only inflating the score, but also deflating the Saints' morale completely. Kenneth Walker III then jumped into the fray with his rushing prowess, adding not just 1, but 2 explosive touchdowns. His bulldozing through the defensive line highlighted the domination on the ground. Seattle's offensive line deserves massive credit here for opening those lanes, allowing him to exploit the gaps and keeping the Seahawks firmly in control. But wait, there's more. Jason Myers stepped up too, nailing field goals from ridiculous distances, including a 56-yarder, which kept the pressure thoroughly on New Orleans. The precision of his kicking game meant that any attempt by the Saints to claw back was met with another layer of resistance. These moments, they were more than just scores. They illustrated the Seahawks' ability to seize control and dismantle the Saints' hopeful rallies. Each successful play was like a puzzle piece fitting perfectly into place, painting a picture of what effective execution looks like when every part of your team is clicking. It's safe to say, Seattle capitalized on New Orleans' shortcomings spectacularly. And when we talk about that seamless execution, we can't overlook the unsung hero in many matches like this. The kicker. Jason Myers was flawless. Every time the Seahawks needed to add those crucial points, he delivered, turning potential into reality with every strike of his boot. Think about it. Myers nailed all 3 field goals and every single extra point attempt, which is nothing short of invaluable in a game where every point matters. His unshakable demeanor and precision were on full display, especially with that massive 56-yarder that didn't just clear the distance, it affirmed Seattle's command on the scoreboard right when they needed it most. Those kicks, they weren't just points, they were psychological blows to the Saints' attempts at a resurgence. Let's dig a bit deeper. Myers' contributions weren't just about the numbers, it's about the confidence his consistency breeds within the team. Every successful field goal brings a wave of assurance to Seattle, knowing they can always count on him when they're in striking distance. And looking at the opposition, just imagine the pressure mounting with every additional point that widens the gap, especially when your own offense is struggling to respond. It all stacks up. In the big picture, Myers shows how vital a reliable kicker is, especially when you're eyeing deeper runs into the postseason. As Seattle rolls forward, they have a reminder in Myers of how every roll, no matter how quiet, plays into their growing playoff aspirations. At this rate, his boots might as well have Seahawk wings. So, speaking of playoff aspirations, guys, let's dive into why this Seahawks team is looking more like a dark horse in the postseason this year. I mean, the way they played against the New Orleans Saints was nothing short of sensational. They showcased not just explosive offense, but a defense that can stifle and frustrate even the most potent attacks. Sam Darnold, with his cool composure and precision, led the charge with 16 completions out of 21 attempts. Am I right in saying this is the Darnold we've all been waiting to see? It's not just about him, though. Jaxon Smith-Njigba and Tory Horton are proving to be absolute weapons on the field, stretching defenses with big plays and racking up crucial yards. Horton's 95-yard punt return, come on, how crazy was that? But also, let's not forget Kenneth Walker III, who is punching through defenses with his powerful rushing, pulling off 2 touchdowns like it's just another day at the office. And that O-line. Who would have thought they'd hold off the Saints like that, not giving up a single sack? Defensively, players like Derion Kendrick and Josh Jobe are stepping up, creating turnovers and maintaining that relentless pressure. Their secondary's ability to shut down passing lanes is something that playoff teams need in their arsenal. Seattle's capacity to convert in the red zone that can't go unnoticed is a testament to their tactical sharpness, an 80% success rate. What do you guys think? Are the Seahawks turning into genuine playoff contenders? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and who knows, your perspective might feature in our next video. Let's keep this conversation rolling.